points, and I don't disagree with anything that Ryan Clark has uttered this morning, and I'm happy to have you on this segment, Ryan. But let me take this to another level. Let's make sure we understand something here. It's also a numbers game. White folks are killing white folks. Hispanic folks are killing Hispanic folks. The people you are surrounded by and surrounded with are the people who directly impact you and vice versa. So usually when crime is taking place, we understand that the black community, we're not the only folks killing one another. But the reason why it's so profound when it affects our community is because the numbers work against us. If America is 66% plus white, if the Hispanic population is now the dominant minority and it's over 17%, and the black population is at 13%, when you've got us killing one another at the same rate the other communities may be killing one another, we're more in danger than anybody else because there's less of us. When you combine that with the fact that we are more segregated in this day and age than we were in the 1950s or 1954, when the segregation was challenged and supposedly eradicated. Keep in mind that there was approximately 12 to 15 million black people in the United States of America. Now it's over 42 million. And if you got 42 million people, but unemployment is in double digits, and you've got a Hurricane Katrina that takes place in 2005, and we see the downtown area renovated and what have you, but the Ninth Ward still hasn't been taken care of. There's still unemployment. There's still joblessness. There's still homelessness and struggles. You got a problem. But then what makes it worse is if you have an African American who happened to be mayor and ends up getting his behind in jail because of some salacious or incendiary activity he was engaging in when he was supposed to be leading the people. Now you've got another issue. And so every time we turn around, whether it's from our own or whether it's those outside of our community, we have a huge, huge challenge. We're in desperate need of help because we have a large populace within our community who are relatively helpless. And then if the impression is being given that our backs have turned to them and their needs, it elevates anger and vitriol and disgust. Who are they going to take it out on? They're going to take it out on anybody that's in their presence. And especially if it's somebody that's in their presence but well off and is flossing in front of their face at their expense. All of these things, no excuses. It's a problem. I'm just highlighting the problem because it needs to be told and it needs to be addressed, while at the same time we also understand this is relevant, Skip, Ryan, Molly, to some of the problems that we have. When you've got guys like Josh Gordon can't stay off the weed, you got a whole bunch of people in the community who are feeling helpless, jobless, impoverished, and they're sitting up there saying, what's wrong with a little weed? Why are they saying that? Because they see alcohol collaborating with the NFL product and billions being made in revenue. But it's just as harmful as, if not more so, than weed. But we're focusing on that. Now, I'm getting on it for staying on the weed, but I got black folks sitting there talking about, and other folks, not just black folks, sitting up there saying, why would you do that when you consider what his problem is compared to a real problem that's going on here with alcohol, and the NBA, and the NFL rather, does business with beer distributors and things of that nature. There's so much that goes into all of this that contributes to the animosity and the vitriol and everything else. We can't ignore it any longer, which is why the other day I was on these airways calling for the sports world to collaborate with Madison Avenue, Hollywood, and anybody else to bring more attention to this plight and to do what we can to help eradicate it, because if not, as Ray Lewis said, we're going to become an endangered species if we're not already.